Good morning. So I got a ticket the other day, and instead of just paying it like I used to, people always say like, take it to court. The officer like never shows up. Just take it to court and you'll get away with it. So that's what I did. And honestly, I had no idea what to expect. I thought I was gonna have to like go in there, plead my case, because it was kind of stupid. Basically, I got a ticket for following too closely behind someone, but basically I was following at a normal distance, and instead of them slowing down in the turn lane to turn, they just slowed down in the regular lane, which caused me to like get closer to them. Then I got pulled over, which I think is kind of stupid because it's like slow down in the turning lane. It's just not really my fault. But I really thought I would have to like go plead my case if the cop did show up. But that's not really what actually happened. So basically when you go to pay the ticket, you say like, I want to take it to court or whatever. And when you go to court the first time, the court gives you an opportunity to get away with the ticket. Like, let's say you don't have registration, they'll be like, just bring us a renewed registration, we'll wipe it away. For my ticket, and if you get like a speeding ticket or something, you can do a safety driving course. It takes a while, but it takes it off your record, and you don't actually like sit there and like do court shit, which I thought I was gonna do. It takes like 5 to 6 hours, but it's not like a bad 5 to 6 hours because you're not like actively doing anything. It's like a course you go through, and there's timers for the sections where you read the material, but all the questions at the end of each section that you have to do to move on to the next section, kind of basic knowledge. So pretty much you just set it, let the timer run out, answer the questions, let the timer run out, and you can do other shit like watch a show, eat, anything. So it wasn't that bad. Pro tip, next time you guys get a ticket, take it to court, because they might like offer you something like that, make it so you can just get rid of it. Also, you guys talk about how I talk with my hands a ton, so I'm gonna try to do that less. I think it's just like a habit I've always had, but yeah.
Pull up the certificate on your phone.
Doing shit like this kind of makes me feel like I'm in school again. Also made me realize I haven't really improved on the procrastination aspects of my life that I struggled with during school, because I've had 2 months to get this done and I just turned it in 10 minutes before they closed on the last day. I think that's just like part of who I am. It's a flaw in my character, and I think it's like permanent. Speaking of feeling like you're still in school, do you guys ever get those nightmares? I know a lot of you guys are probably still in school, but like you probably feel this in summer break or some shit. But those dreams, they're kind of like nightmares where you feel like you're in school and you have all these stresses and anxiety while you're in the dream. You feel like you're about to fail a test, or you feel like you're at work and there's like a million orders, and you just have all this stress and anxiety in the dream, and you wake up and it's like, oh, I'm an adult now. I'm not in fucking high school failing a final. Some of these dreams feel so weirdly realistic. Like I'm back working at this Chinese restaurant, getting yelled at by the sushi chef, and there's like a million customers out the door, and you have like a crazy amount of stress, and then you wake up and it's like, I haven't been there in years. Sometimes I do find it kind of crazy to think about those things, because in the moment when you're in high school or whatever and you're about to fail a test or some shit, it feels like the end of the world, and you know, you just feel really shitty, like wow, this is like the worst moment. But then now I haven't thought about that in years. So if you guys go through that shit, it doesn't really matter that much. You'll get over it. Like obviously you should try your best, but don't let it like fucking destroy your mental over a test. What's up? I'm gonna be real with you guys. I think I'm ready for winter to be over and I'm ready for summer. As much as winter's sort of a vibe and going to the gym in the winter is kind of a vibe, sometimes it's just so cold that it makes you bitter. Like there's different types of cold. You have that 25 to 35 degree weather where it snows and you can just toss on a good hoodie and you'll be fine. It's really not that bad to deal with. That's where you kind of get that like nostalgia winter feeling. But recently they had like a cold front come through here and it was like 1 degrees and then it was also windy, so it was like, feels like negative 10 degrees type shit. Type of cold that just makes you bitter and makes you not want to do anything. And it's hard for me to get myself to, I still go to the gym, but it's just like, it's just painful to do it. If I try to fly my drone and I'm outside for more than 5 minutes, my hands go numb and I can barely hit buttons. It's just hard to get anything done when it's that cold. I think it's just this last bit of bitter coldness that made me kind of sick of it. I don't know. You know, summer workouts are also a vibe. When it's a super hot summer day and you're driving to the gym, slamming some pre-workout, rolling your windows up, I don't know. I miss that a lot. It's just really hard for me to get anything done when it's this cold, and I feel like I become a more bitter person. And I dread driving to the gym because, you know, my car doesn't have any heat in it. So it's just as cold in here as it is out there. You know, after maybe 10 minutes of driving, it's not as bad. Maybe I'm also just a pussy. Luckily, we have Huge Supplements pre-workout, which we are now sponsored by, to get us that extra bump to go to the gym. I'm kidding, but I do appreciate you guys running up the code on Huge. None of my vids are monetized. I haven't made a single penny off of YouTube. So all my income is when you guys use my code on Huge or Young LA. So if you guys do want to try some banger pre-workouts, go check out Huge, linked below, and you can use code Nick, save some, support me, all that good shit. But yeah, appreciate you guys. I'll see you at the gym. So we're actually gonna hit bench today. It's probably the first vid in a minute that we haven't done deads on. See, with deadlifts right now, they've kind of been ass lately, and I think it's more of a mental block than anything, because I'll go to hit something like 585 and I'll fail it, and then a little bit later, maybe I'll get in like the right headspace or something, and I'll hit it for a set of 3, no problem. So I'm not really sure why that's happening. Like a lot of the time I'll fail something, and then it's like wherever I failed that at, it turns into like a mental sticking point that I have a hard time getting through. That doesn't really matter because we're hitting bench today and bench has been feeling solid. I kind of neglect higher rep sets a lot, so we're gonna do some sets of like 6 to 8 because it's still important, even though you think like strength training is like sets of 5. That's not really how it works. Yeah, we're gonna do sets of like 6 to 8. So I'll always answer people's DMs, and you guys can always send me shit. Sometimes people will unknowingly send me something super out of pocket. There's one guy, and no hate to this person, you know, good for him for making progress, but he was showing me like how he's made progress after this injury he had, but he showed the injury and it was like an open wound to the bone all like in the picture. It's just not ideally what I try to open up my DMs and see. Good for bro for making progress though. So I've talked about this before, but it's been a minute. When you guys are trying to do more reps on bench, one thing that helps a ton is holding like a deep breath for as many reps as you can before you exhale and like try to grab another breath. When it comes to bench, when you exhale, you kind of lose all that tightness you built up when you're setting up for the set. So just try to keep it. Right now I can do like 4 reps, maybe 5 before I'm like dying. But yeah, that helps me a ton when I'm trying to do more. So when you take the defensive driving course, there's like sections and they're timed, and then in order to move on to the next section, you have to answer like quiz questions at the end of it, and you may think like, man, I gotta review this material and watch these 20-minute videos in order to do the quiz. But when you do it, the majority of the questions are like common sense, and then the other half of them are like, is it okay to operate a motor vehicle even if you've only had a few beers with your friends? The answers will be like, A, no, it's against the law to operate a motor vehicle when intoxicated. B, surely it's fine. What's the worst that could happen? Which is just kind of dumb because it's like obviously made to fill up to 6 hours. Like that's your punishment, is that it takes like 5 to 6 hours to complete. Even though this is all like mindless questions. It's worth it to do it, but because it gets it off your record, it's just kind of annoying. Anyways, that's a wrap for bench. I'm gonna slam out all these accessory type shit, try to get jacked. Then I'll see you guys after. Yo, this is gonna be kind of a hot take, but I kind of look forward to rest days. I don't know if you'd call that a hot take, but like, my opinion. It's kind of like a nice reset point, especially when you've been training really hard and heavy and your body just feels kind of destroyed. It's nice to take a rest day, you know, catch up on shit that you're behind on. I don't know, maybe just like laundry, dumb shit like that, like little things. Just gives you that extra time. And then, you know, you're happy to go train the next day because of that rest day. It's kind of like a nice reset point. So I like rest days. And it's probably a little different if you're brand new to the gym because you just fucking hit PRs every time you work out and it's like fucking awesome. But where I'm at, you know, as much as I love going to the gym, I do like taking the rest days because it just helps you recover and, you know, you catch up on shit. It's just nice. And on the same side of it, you know, after the rest day, I'm ready to get back to the gym. I don't know, it's a good balance. Anyways, that's a wrap for the session. Honestly, it was all right. We didn't do anything crazy. I did cable flies standing up, and then the previous vid I did them kneeling down. I mostly did them standing up because it looks better on video, but if you guys are doing cable flies, do them kneeling down. It gives you a way more stable point to like do the flies from. I feel way better, honestly. But yeah, that's all. I'm gonna see you guys at home. Peace. Yo, in the last vid I showed you guys that I got a new drone and I wasn't able to use it because they sent me a broken controller with it, which is really stupid because yeah, I have to send it to them, then they have to inspect it, and then they send me a new one. So it's like this stupid process that takes forever. And I posted on my Instagram story that I crashed the old drone. A lot of you guys thought it was the new one, but no, this is the old one. I crashed it. Honestly, it might still work if you like know how to fix shit. Like if you put new propellers on it and glue these things that are snapped back into it, because it's just the landing gear, it all turns on just fine. So then I had to wait for this drone to come in to replace that drone. It's the Mavic 3, which sucks because I didn't want to buy another drone, but you know, it's what I had to do for the videos. You know, it's like a tool. These are like the most first world problems, you know. I'm just having drone problems. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe if you're new here, maybe drop a comment for the algo, or drop some questions in the comments. Let me know if you want to see all that good shit. Code Nick on huge supplements and Young LA if you guys do want to support me, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.